So the purpose of this exercise is to help with the high pull and or the high row. Okay. So we've already spoken on a previous video about the ability to build internal rotation, range of motion, and then to resist that to improve the tissue quality. This is intended to also enhance this high pull by working on the reciprocal muscle group. So one way that we could do that would be to tether the band to a bar or rigid fixation, just as shown. And depending on what my shoulder internal rotation is and where my symptoms come on, I would leverage a couple of different variables. The first would be the positioning of the amount of abduction that my shoulders are in. The other would be the amount of internal rotation. And so if I am weak, I can't produce a lot of force, I can either come closer to the band or closer to the pole or further away. But I'd be wanting to work through this range of motion with a high pull as I'm actively internally rotating against the resistance of the band. Ideally, the human tissue doesn't like to like aggressive onset of exercise in a particular weak position. So what I would recommend doing is utilizing isometrics, where I come in, I sustain it for 5 seconds, come up to a higher position, max, try and maintain that internal rotation as I continue to pull in. The idea also is to be conscious of what's happening at our scapula, such that we're not anteriorly tipping, but sustaining that retracted position as we continue to pull in and up. Again, working at your own constraints of the amount of internal rotation, the amount of abduction, and the amount of resistance, such that your shoulder should feel a burning sensation and worked rather than painful or achy thereafter.